Hi everyone, this is going to be a reading for all signs, and this is going to be a timeless reading. So while you're here, please like, share, comment, subscribe. It does not cost you anything, but it would mean the world to me. So if you need a moment to meditate on the three piles, then please pause the video. We do have three piles, pile 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to show you these cards up close. For pile 1, we have versatility. For pile 2, we have nature. And for pile 3, we have fate. So whichever pile you feel the most drawn to, and like I said, take a minute to pause, meditate. Ask your body which pile your body feels the most drawn to. I know that's how it works for me, but for other people, sometimes it works differently. But let's get into the piles. And we're going to start with pile 1. So for pile 1, we have versatility. Kind of looks like a pot leaf, doesn't it? We've got trust your gut feeling. Let your heart lead you to who you are. Self-creation. Be the author of your own life. Never-ending story. Great fortune and community. We have the Four of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. Now you might be Aries, Leo, Sag, or you might be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or maybe you're dealing with one of those signs. But, you know, in life there's a certain level of versatility that is needed. We obviously want to work hard and stand our ground and go for what we want, but at the same time we can't force things, and we sometimes need to take a step back and go with the flow a little bit, and versatility is all about being flexible. You know, knowing when to push and knowing when to back off and just go with the flow. And you can trust your gut in this situation. Your gut is definitely speaking to you, and your heart is wanting to lead you to who you are. And for some of you, you are creating a life that you dream of. The Queen of Wands is a very fiery, passionate, attractive, creative energy, and we have self-creation. So maybe you're creating something in the community or that will affect your community, but I do see that it is going to lead to great fortune. And what I see with this is that if you're chasing that great fortune, it's actually not the quickest road to getting the great fortune. From what I'm seeing in these cards, the quickest road to great fortune is actually connecting with who you are, connecting with your heart, being the author of your own life, and letting your heart and your gut lead you and guide you. It's all about focus and perspective. Whatever your priority is, that's what we're talking about here. You know, if you're just working at a job just so that you can make the big bucks, you're never going to be happy. But if you find a job that you love, that lights up your soul, that makes you excited to go to work in the morning, from that foundation, you could make all the riches in the world, because you're using your gifts and your talents, and your passion will shine through. It'll make you work harder, and it will be infectious. And I believe that that's the path to getting where you want to go quicker. Now, for some of you, you are dealing with a never-ending story. This can talk about painful habits, ways of doing life, belief systems that keep us stuck. It could talk about self-sabotage. It can talk about relationships or patterns in relationships that we thought we addressed that. We thought we healed that, but yet here it is again. It's showing up in our life again. And I think Spirit is asking you to take a moment to ask yourself, are there any patterns that are showing up in your life right now that maybe don't serve your highest and greatest good? And especially coming out right next to the Ten of Swords, you've been through a lot, and maybe recently you've experienced a really painful ending in your life, or just you've gotten to the end of your rope in a situation and you feel like you just can't do it anymore. You don't want to do it anymore. And maybe it's a way of living your life or a belief or a habit. But for some of you, maybe it is a relationship, a job, a situation where it's caused you a lot of stress and anxiety and pain, and it just doesn't work for you anymore. But I see you taking a new approach, getting some help, finding a path and an approach and a strategy that will lead you to peaceful waters. Especially if you've been really stuck up in your head recently, you've been having obsessive thoughts or really dark thoughts or self-limiting thoughts. I see you talking to a friend or talking to a counselor or talking to someone who can help you get out of your head, come up with a plan, and can help you, hold your hand through that. And if this Queen of Wands is you, you are a very powerful, confident, glowing, creative being. And even if you don't feel that way right now, just know that that's how the world sees you. The world can see it in you, so can you see it in yourself? Now with the Four of Cups in reverse, this can talk about feeling bored, discontent, dissatisfied, or just distracted and maybe missing an opportunity. But with it in reverse, it talks about you, leaving no stone unturned, taking a look at your environment, your situations, your relationships with a brand new set of glasses and saying, what am I overlooking here? What have I not been grateful for? What opportunities are standing right in front of me that maybe I didn't see before? And the more we can practice that gratitude for the things that we do have, for the things that are going right in our lives, the more things we will find to be grateful for, the more things we will find that are going right. And I love that the Eight of Wands came out right after the Four of Cups in reverse, because the Four of Cups in reverse talks about someone that was maybe bored, discontent, dissatisfied, or just distracted in life in general, who turns that around and says, no, I'm not gonna just put up with being bored or dissatisfied or discontent. I'm going to actively start looking for things to be grateful for. I'm going to actively start making a list every day of 10 things I'm grateful for, or of 10 things that are going right in my life right now. And as soon as you start doing that, things all of a sudden, like a flash of lightning, or they just all of a sudden, things start picking up and moving really fastly. And all of a sudden, you've got that creative juices flowing. You've got the communication. You've got the opportunities. All of a sudden, you're texting back and forth with your friends about some new ideas you have or some new things you want to do. The energy just starts picking up really fast and moving forward really fast. And where at one point, you might have felt stuck, stagnant, just by doing that one simple spiritual practice, all of a sudden you're shooting forward into the future and things are moving forward really fast when maybe you felt like things are going to be stuck forever before. And we do have two fours coming out. So fours can talk about stagnancy, because when something is too stable, it can become stagnant. Think about a puddle of water sitting all around for too long. It needs fresh oxygen. It needs movement in order to keep it healthy and pure and fresh. And if it sits around for too long, it gets stuck, it gets stagnant, it gets moldy. So have you been sitting around too much, ruminating about certain things, thinking about things over and over in your head, maybe having conversations with someone over in your head without just talking to them yourself? Have you taken a break from a relationship? Because this can talk about some really painful relationship situation that has demanded you take a time out and just go to your neutral corner and just rest and heal and relax a little bit. We do have a lot of swords coming out right here. So like I said, you could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or maybe you're just finding yourself really stuck up in your head right now. And there's a need to just go out and be a human being. Like, spend some time in nature. Just let the sun soak up on your skin. Remind yourself that you're a human. You're an animal at the end of the day, and spending too much time up in your head is not good for anybody. So in order to get those creative, passionate, fiery juices firing, there's a need for gratitude. There's a need for a new perspective. And there's also a need to get out of your head and just be more in the moment, be present. Maybe try some meditation if you have a hard time clearing your mind and getting those thoughts to calm down. But you're on the path to success. I do see a lot of movement forward. These both talk about movement forward, progress, things finally getting unstuck, and improvements, basically, is what it's talking about. Things are improving whether you know it or not. There's a lot of movement in these cards. And sometimes we have to get to the end of our rope in a situation. We have to hit rock bottom to realize what I've been doing is not working. And I can't do this anymore. I can't live this way. This isn't working for me. So it's time to try something different, time to take a break, meditate, refocus on the fundamentals in my life that make my life work really well. And sometimes just taking a step back and just giving it all up to God. It gives us just enough of that breathing room to be able to have that spark of inspiration, to allow that gratitude and the love to come in. And that's all it takes to change our energy and things start moving forward really quickly. So hang in there. I hope you got something out of this message. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. It does not cost you anything. It would mean the world to me. And until the next one, take care. So let's now move on to pile number 2. So for pile number 2, we have nature. Heart of the matter. Align life's pathways through the heart. Limitation is power. Lean into your limitations. Higher power. Oh, we got the word power coming out twice, guys. You must be a very powerful group. Or you're just connecting to a higher power that is outside of yourself, which is also a really awesome thing. We have false person and journey. Queen of Cups. 5 of Swords in reverse. 9 of Cups. The Hermit. 6 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Wands. Interesting, we got 2 6s coming out back to back. Like I said, you're a very powerful group, and sometimes people will try to put limitations on us because they see our power, they see our strength, and our light irritates their demons, basically. It's the best way I've ever heard it put. Maybe you're dealing with a false person or someone who's wearing a mask. It's not being quite so honest or straightforward about what they think or how they feel. Or maybe this is you just protecting yourself right now because you know that not everyone in this world can be trusted. Not everyone is loyal and faithful and is your best friend, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant to be. And sometimes we do need to protect ourselves. We do need to keep certain things to ourselves because everyone doesn't need to know everything. And you might be traveling, maybe you've moved recently or you're about to, but I found this card really interesting. Limitation is power. Lean into your limitations. Because at first sight, this sentence doesn't make any sense. Limitation is power. How is it power to have limitations? But when I think about it, limitation is power. Because, without the dark, there is no light. And without structure, there is no flow and no growth. Think about a plant that's just getting going. You know how sometimes you have to put that stake in the ground and you have to kind of wrap the plant around that stake? Because this free-flowing plant is just growing all willy-nilly and it can't hold itself up yet. And it's that perfect balance between the free-flowing, willy-nilly growing plant and that structure, that stake in the ground. When you add the two elements together, the plant grows really well. It grows really abundantly. It gets really tall and really strong so much faster. Whereas without that structure, without that stake in the ground, the plant would probably die under its own weight and just smush itself and die off. And so we need that right balance in life. Life is all about balance. We need freedom, but we also need rules and structure and limitation. Too much freedom isn't good for anybody. If you have too much freedom, it might not be good news for me because you'll use that freedom to hurt me. But too much limitation isn't good either because you'll suffocate under the restrictions. And so it's all about finding that balance, the right amount of structure that allows you to thrive. And so now you might also be a very spiritual group. And I feel like your angels and your guides are wanting to take a moment to just use this as an opportunity, a sign in this synchronicity to say, hey, I'm here. I hear your prayers. I've been noticing that you've been meditating and praying and doing all of your spiritual practices, and I just want to take a moment to say, I'm here. I can hear you, I see you, and I'm right by your side protecting you every step of the way. So if you are dealing with someone who can't be trusted and is not being honest about what they think and how they feel, don't you worry. They'll get the karma that's coming to them. You don't got to get retribution yourself. The universe will handle them. And especially with coming out in the Five of Swords, the Five of Swords talks about conflict, tension, strife, somebody who's just kind of out for themselves and doesn't care who they hurt. So if you've been dealing with someone like that, I'm sending you a huge, huge hug. Trust and believe everything will be okay. They will get what's coming to them. You just stay focused on what's important to you. You just stay focused on yourself and keep your head down and try not to give them any more airtime than, what they already have to take up. Give them as little oxygen as possible. But I see that you're a very intuitive, loving, caring, nurturing, mature, and wise person. You are more powerful than you know. And people see you as the type of person that gives really good advice, who's really caring, you're a really good listener. And I can tell that you're probably the rock in a lot of people's lives. They look to you for guidance and for love and for encouragement. And with this situation, maybe you've been dealing with a conflict with somebody in your environment. You don't have to worry. Everything's going to be okay. This is you showing up in the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. This is you, everything turning out rosy for you. And I have a feeling this false person is going to have to watch you overcome these challenges and end up better on the other side. And it's probably going to make them more resentful and more jealous and more bitter. But hey, we can't control them, right? You're going to be just fine. That's what I'm trying to let you know. And I know that you're a powerful person, not because of these cards that are talking about power and because the Queen of Cups came out and the Six of Wands, but because of the Hermit. It shows that you're so wise. You're so mature. People have probably told you you're wise beyond your years. You have a very deep spiritual connection, and Spirit is wanting to take a second to acknowledge you for that. You have some kind of spiritual gifts, and you've got a really big heart. But this might be some time to just kind of isolate yourself a little bit and do that inner searching, that deep inner work to ask what it is that you need, and just know that the advice and the wisdom and the direction that you need, it's probably going to come from within. You already know what you need to know. You have everything you need inside you already. And there's some good news coming. Whatever your situation may be, everything is going to turn out amazingly. This is you feeling content, happy, satisfied. You are loving yourself and you are loving life. And someone is going to notice you. I feel like this card is all about getting recognition, getting awards. All eyes are on you. You are going to get some success or some victory in some situation. And it might even come with financial rewards. It might even come with a promotion at work, or somebody saying something nice about you online, or just getting a pay raise or something like that. Like someone is going to notice you and is going to want to support you financially or lift you up or offer their support and their guidance in some way. So I'm really excited for you. If you could mention down in the comments how this is resonating for you, I really want to hear from you. It would really make my day. So I hope you got something out of that message. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. It does not cost you anything, but it would mean the world to me. And until the next one, take care. So let's move on to pile 3. So for pile 3, we have fate. Gift of freedom. Break away from your attachments. Determination. Perseverance leads to fortune. Wow. Oh my gosh, you even got the lucky clover. Serendipity. Wow, you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Gift? Wow. You guys, I don't know what is about to happen to you guys, but wow. Mature man. The Fool in reverse. 5 of Discs, which is like the 5 of Pentacles. Temperance. The Empress in reverse. Justice. And the Sun. Oh my goodness, you guys. I cannot even believe these cards right now. Wow. I mean, I think the overall message is you've got to believe in yourself, because you are capable of magic. Like, you are capable of having all of the fortune and all of the good things in this world that your heart could ever desire. We've got gift. We've got the Sun. We've got determination leads to fortune, serendipity, which means being in the right place at the right time, things just lining up for you, the stars aligning and running into that right person at that right time who gives you that leg up that leads to the next opportunity. Next thing you know, you're accomplishing your dreams. and you've got the freedom, you've got the tools that you need to accomplish your dreams. Let me know in the comments down there what your dreams are. What is this big goal, this grandiose wish or dream that you would like to accomplish someday? Please let me know in the comments. It would really make my day. So, the Five of Pentacles coming out, it can talk about not having enough, feeling a sense of lack, feeling abandoned out in the cold, or just neglected in some way. But it tends to talk about financial lack. But, with the rest of these cards coming out, I get the impression that, you have enough to pay your bills, and maybe for some of you it's just barely enough. But I get the sense that this is more talking about maybe a victim mentality for some of you, or a lack mindset for some of you. Do you believe that you can accomplish your dreams? Do you believe that you're worthy of, winning the jackpot, or becoming famous, or, whatever your dream might be? Let me know in the comments. But when you sit and imagine that dream coming true, what are the first thoughts that come to your mind? Are they, yeah, but that'll never happen for me, or yeah, but stuff like that doesn't happen to people like me where I come from, or yeah, but I probably just screwed up and it's not going to last anyway? Do you have thoughts like that? Because I feel like that's more of the message here with the Empress in reverse and the Five of Discs and the Fool in reverse. It talks about you wanting to take some risk, wanting to take some leap of faith into unknown territory. You're wanting to do something new and different and exciting that maybe you've never done before. You want to go after your dreams, but something is holding you back. Maybe you just don't trust that the universe will catch you if you fall. Maybe you just don't feel worthy. The Empress in reverse can talk about not knowing your value, not knowing what you're worth, not knowing that you are a god or a goddess in human skin, and that you deserve to sit on that throne and allow all the abundance of the universe to just come to you. You don't have to chase any of it. Now, of course, determination and perseverance leads to fortune. There is hard work and perseverance that is required in this life to accomplish our 3D dreams. So that doesn't mean that you can just sit on your throne and meditate all day and expect all of these good things in the world to just come knocking on your door. But with the Empress in reverse and the Five of Discs and the Fool in reverse, I'm sensing a lack of confidence, a lack of believing in yourself, believing that you deserve to have all these good things. And if that's true, I'm sending you a huge, huge hug. And might I recommend doing some inner child meditations? They've been super helpful for me into just making me feel worthy of love and worthy of joy and worthy of all the good things in this world. And if you want to know more about that, please send me a message in the comments. I'll say more about that. But with Temperance, the serendipity and the temperance and the mature man, it made me think of being in the right place at the right time, somebody seeing what you're worth, what you bring to the table, that you've got gifts and you've got talents. And serendipity is all about being in the right place at the right time. You're running late for work one day and you decide to go to that coffee shop that you haven't been to in a long time, and while you're there in line you run into someone that you don't know, but you get to talking and one thing leads to the next, and they're like, yeah, let me see some of your work, or let me hear your tape, or whatever it is. And next thing you know, they're giving you an opportunity, and you would have never run into this person if you hadn't gone to that coffee shop. Like, serendipity is about going with the flow, trusting in your divine team that they're leading you every step of the way, waiting and listening for those promptings, those intuitive promptings to, no, don't go to the coffee shop that you go to every day. Go to this other one today. And knowing when those feelings come in and actually listening to them, actually following them. And that's when one thing happens after another. Meeting this person, he gives you an opportunity, or he introduces you to someone that you would have never met otherwise, and that person gives you an opportunity that leads you to another opportunity. Like, your message is all about following those intuitive nudges and being in alignment with your highest and greatest self, and just developing your psychic attunement so that when those intuitive nudges happen, you can follow them even if they don't make sense in the moment. Because temperance is all about going with the flow. It's all about acceptance and balance and moderation. And yes, hard work and determination and perseverance are required in this life, but it's all about balance and moderation. Put in that time and that energy, put in that work, but then let it go. Trust the universe. Let it take your hard work and let it deliver it where it needs to go. Let the right people find you. It's all about co-creating with the universe, and it's a two-way street. It requires your participation, and it requires you to be paying attention and to be listening and to do what you feel like you're meant to do. So, with this card also, patience is needed. These things don't happen overnight, and it's going to have to be a practice that you do of listening for those intuitive nudges, and then over time you'll begin to see how everything turns out every time you follow those nudges. But that's going to take time and patience. And with Justice and the Sun, this is just your spirit team saying everything's going to be okay. You are on track to have a very successful, abundant, happy, free, joyous life. You are becoming that best version of yourself, and the more you can tap into that happiness, that abundance, that positivity, the more you'll know the next right step to take. And Justice just talks about everything working out for the highest and greatest good of all involved. Be who you say you're going to be. Show up where you say you're going to show up, and be on time, and be honest, and be fair. And the more you can put out those good works into the universe, the more they'll come back to you tenfold. So I hope you got something out of that message. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. It does not cost you anything, and it would mean the world to me. And until the next one, take care.